What is going on, Bulls Nation? Big back-to-back win by the Bulls against this top teams on the East. My God, and 41 points by Lavine tonight against the Sixers. We are going to talk about those two big wins right after this.
You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation, your home for all things Chicago Bulls.
All right, Bulls Nation. Wow, what a big win. Big win by the Bulls. You know, this is the team where, again, the Bulls are very inconsistent, right? Like, and it's funny. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde against the Nets, who's probably the hottest team out there. Beat them, I would say, pretty easily. If you watch the entire game, it didn't feel like the Bulls were in trouble at all. Against the Sixers, you kind of, as a Bulls fan, you know what you're expecting, right? They put up a good performance against the Heat, and against the Nets, and you would expect with an Embiid-less Philadelphia, they would lose, but they didn't. Maybe is it a sign of growth? I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes too high, because this is the Chicago Bulls we're talking about here. Once they lure you in, they break your heart. However, I'm going to enjoy the moment. And boy, this is a big win against the Bulls. The Sixers has beaten us, 11 straight in a row. And Lavine, 41 points, 11 three-pointers. For every loss that we had, he shot a three-pointer. But hey, that's Zach Lavine for you, man. And props to the guy. He's been playing good basketball since that Minnesota incident. Still takes dumb shots and decisions every once in a while. But this kind of play, like that steal right there, shooting the gap, he's been playing better defense. Still, now he's don't get me wrong, he's not going to be all defensive team here, but a lot better effort by Lavine. And overall by the Bulls. I mean, look at this pass right here. They've been moving the ball really well. Everyone's contributing, and I love it. You know, like this past two wins, and they won this past two games against better teams against the East, right? And they won, I would say, pretty handedly. You know, like it was comfortable. It's not one of those last minute shots by DeRozan. And I guess that is the common theme here. Like, we move the ball and we find a hot hand, and they start with Vooch. They set the tone with Vooch. But you know, those two teams the common denominator is they don't have a big guy. So you can do that with Vooch. Like, even with this Philadelphia team, when they were forcing it on Vooch, it doesn't feel natural. So yes, he scored 9, but the game was close if we're not down. So, you know, like, yes, of course it started with Vooch. I don't think it ended there, though. You know, like, once the wings got hot, that was the key. Once DeRozan, and you know, he still, even at a bad night, you know, he still scored pretty good. Patrick Williams, this guy, man, he's slowly coming to his own. I'm not gonna say he's there. He's arrived. He hasn't. But what I would describe his play now is he's actually helping the team win. He just doesn't exist out there and defend. Yes, he's probably our best defender, his most versatile defender, but he's rebounding the ball well. He's defending, you know, still making dumb mistakes here and there. But he's a young guy, and he's contributing on offense. So he's being a factor offensively, and that's big, because you can't just roam around and be a free safety when Patrick Williams is on the floor. He's not a Keith Bogans out there, you know, like, he is a threat. And I would say this, Kobe White, massive improvement. I don't know if I want to trade the guy anymore. You know what I mean? Like, because he's defensively, he's making the right play. He's fearless. He's making timely three-pointers, clutch three-pointers. And the biggest improvement to me is the defensively and the decision-making. I'm impressed. Honestly, since Caruso's been out, Caruso doesn't give you anything on offense. I mean, defensively, and you know, his thing is tenacity is there. But Kobe White can hold his own while providing offense. So, we might have something here. You know, like, Kobe might be like a key factor for us moving forward. But big 2 games by the Bulls. I am gonna be at the game tomorrow against Utah, so I'm gonna, kind of do shorts and do some live streams and all that stuff, perhaps, and hopefully we get a good win against Utah tomorrow. Because boy, I would hate to spend all that much on a ticket and just lose. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully we get 3 in a row tomorrow. This 2 games shows you the potential that this Bulls team has, and it shouldn't be a surprise because this team was built to win, quote unquote. Now, yes, it's not a championship caliber team perhaps, but we have the capability to play this good against this good team, and this is the growth that we were all expecting from last year. That's why they didn't move any players, because the front office were banking on these type of plays or type of games. The problem is it hasn't been consistent. So, but I'm pretty sure this is what AK and Mark Eversley have envisioned. The continuity, and I'm not absolving them from any wrongdoings, right? Like, I my theory is the reason why we were this successful against these 2 teams is because of their lack of bigs. And that's flat out. Like, we were pretty long as a team. But when you get Vooch, they still got to address the rebounding, the rim protection, and when shots are not falling down. But those are the problems that we had last year that we didn't address. But now, we had a totally different set of problems this year. So hopefully they still address that with trade deadline coming up, or even coaching, man. Like, if we're getting out rebounded, I don't know, use Drummond out there. He's a pretty good rebounder, I heard. So, but hopefully we still make some moves. I still think the Bulls does not have to blow it up completely. Maybe a big trade. I don't know if you necessarily need a big trade, but if things doesn't, if we remain inconsistent, the goal right now is to just get into the play-in tournament, and anything can happen with the Bulls. Anything. This team is so unpredictable but dangerous, because they could beat any team at any given point. They could also be beaten at by any team at any given point. But we're dangerous. When you have this many talents, you are dangerous. But guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel if you're a Bulls fan. If you're a passionate Bulls fan like myself. Tomorrow I'll be at the game. So if you are, holler at me. Do some live stream and all that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and in the next video.